सच्चियां मोहब्बतां निभा के सताए मैनू क्यों दिखाए मैनू क्यों एवें झूठी मोटी रुस के रुसा के दिल दियां गल्लां करांगे नाल नाल बह के अख नाल अख नू मिला के
Good morning, my dear friends from India. It's actually over there is evening. I want to welcome you to Dil Diyan Gallan. After a long time, we met, and it's great to see you guys. You're hardworking, and we made the time to come. So it's really nice of you. I'm going to go back to Zoom. It's easier to, but we are actually we are live on Facebook. मैं थोड़ा वापस आती हूँ इधर because easier to, it's much clearer here. I'm going to see my friends. Okay, so so I want to welcome all my friends who are here, who have joined us today on Dil Diyan Gallan program. And this is, so this is a very beautiful picture and a video that aapne bheji hai. It's very nice. I really like it. And we have with us Rekha ji. We have, okay, let's see. A minute. Okay. I'll have to go out again and come back in because it's showing me the old ones. Anyway. Okay, here we are. Good morning, Anil ji. Good morning, Jai Mata Di aapko bhi. And yeah, abhi sare nahi aaye. Anil ji and Asha ji are here. Kamlesh ji is here. Amlesh Singh is here. Hi, thanks for watching. You're from India, right? I know you're my cousin. Amlesh, happy birthday to you. I know it was a few days ago. And thanks a lot for joining. That's great to see you. Before I start anything, today is a very special day in the United States. It's the Labor Day. Labor Day means it comes once in a year for the people who worked very hard throughout the year, and they had a lot of problems in the beginning. For people who are working, they didn't have any proper hours, they didn't have anything, so the labor people, they stopped the kind of strikes. They were in the airports and everywhere they were stopped, and they said that we have to have some law and order. We cannot just work so many hours, so many days a week, this and blah blah blah. So they had that movement, and from there it became it's a federal holiday over here. The first Monday in September is a Labor Day. It's very it's a become like a holiday, meaning people are doing barbecues and this and that, because today is the last day of the school. Schools were closed up till now. They had vacation. Most of the areas, some of them started today, the Labor Day. Some schools will start after Labor Day. Some started a week or two before. Like my grandkids in Connecticut, they started last week. But my daughter, who's working as a teacher, she's going to start going tomorrow. So over time, the Labor Day became the American version of a May Day or International Labor Day, an occasion to celebrate working people and their causes, often associated with the political left wings. It's a holiday over here and also in Canada, I believe, it's the same time. And it's a day meant to thank the people contributing every day to American society by means of production, service, innovation, and sustainability. Like I said, Labor Day is still celebrated in cities and towns across the United States with parades, picnics, barbecues, fireworks, displays, and other public gatherings. Especially over the long Labor Day weekend, and for many Americans, particularly children and young adults, it represents the end of summer and the start of the back-to-school season. Now, officially, all the pools and everything will be closing. Now, people have pools in the house. We start on Memorial Day, which is end of May. A third week in May, we officially open the pools and everything. So in New York area, this is what I'm talking about here. The season for summer or whatever you can call it is very, very, very tiny, very small. So people like to cram the beaches and pools and all that, barbecues, blah, 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 everything goes on during this period. But I would still think the weather is pretty good, but not as good for the pool, or maybe some people do still go to the beach, but the pools usually close at this time. Around this time, they start closing. So that's what it is over here. And then then the next will be like we're gonna have Halloween, then all kind of Thanksgiving, then Christmas. Christmas decorations have already started in the stores, which is a little bit too early for me, but that's what they start in September. So people start buying things and all that stuff. So, and also the Halloween candies, kids come to your house, they already, everywhere you go, they're full of packets of candies everywhere, decorations and everything. So they start way ahead. And I said, let the summer, let there be summer first. Before the summer, they start bringing the winter clothes in, which is really crazy. But anyway, enough from this part of the world. I want to hear more from you guys, and I want to give a little introduction. Not a very big one, but you did come here about a couple of months ago. I forgot exactly the date, but it was a while back. And I'm going to start with Colonel Himanshi Ji Singh, and she's a highly decorated and experienced military leader, having served in the Indian Army for 24 years. Throughout her career, she demonstrated her ability to command and train soldiers effectively, and also made significant contributions to social services through her involvement with organizations that serve especially abled children and NCC youth. In recognition of her accomplishments, the Governor of Rajasthan awarded her the Golden Achievers Award in 2022 for her impact as a change maker in the society. Following her retirement from the military, Lieutenant Colonel Singh has achieved further recognition in the beauty industry, winning multiple international and national beauty pageants and serving as a jury member for national beauty pageants. Wow, that must be really, really cool to see that. Plus, and you're also going there yourself, and also now you're doing the other side, but I guess you do both the sides, right? So, as a founder of Life Extraordinaire, I mean, I can't pronounce the word properly. I would say a soft skills company. Lieutenant Colonel Singh brings her expertise in human relationships to her clients, helping them develop the skills necessary to improve their personal and professional lives. Her clients have reported life-changing experiences under her guidance, attesting to her effectiveness as a coach and mentor. With a unique background and expertise, Lieutenant Colonel Himanshi Singh is a truly exceptional individual and a valuable asset to any team or organization seeking to improve their interpersonal and leadership skills. So I would say that very accomplished person, and of course, an accomplished person also needs a very good friend who was with her side by side, and that's where comes in Colonel Vanita. So they are always together. They're doing a lot of things together, and they opened up their own organization. And she's also a very seasoned military leader with over 23 years of experience in commanding a diverse pool of human and material resources. Throughout her distinguished career, she has acquired deep insights into individual motivation, team building, creating a productive organizational climate, and bringing about transformational change. And her expertise in these areas has earned her a reputation as an award-winning officer, celebrated keynote speaker, and Sahas Awardee in 2023, which is this year. Clients know her for her ability to take the stress out of any team and infuse another word I can't pronounce properly, camaraderie, okay, bringing out the best in everyone's she works with a firebrand motivation and infectious enthusiasm. Lieutenant Colonel Dilal has proven track record of success in creating high-performing teams and driving organizational change. Whether you are looking to build a more cohesive team, boost productivity, or improve your leadership skills, Lieutenant Colonel Dilal is an ideal trainer and consultant to help you achieve your goals. Now, I'm going to say a little bit more afterwards, but I just want to say that because they help so many people, so I thought that let's talk about some subjects that will help the women, women empowerment, it's I think going on for the last few years now. It's becoming, women are getting more involved, and a lot of different things are going, the movements, there are a lot of parades, this and that. Was a few years ago, it was really a lot over here in New York too, during the pandemic and after that. But at the same time, that there are some subjects that we can learn from your expertise, and you can tell us, because there are some subjects that we can take guidance from you guys, like goal setting, like if you have a personal public speaking, and if you go for interviews, how to crack that, how to do that, what is the right way to approach that, what do you have to prepare before going. So all these things, like we need to we think we know it, but we really don't. So we need to learn all these few things that you have told us about. And I'm sorry I could not pronounce those two words properly. I don't know, I got caught up in the in the thing, but
That's perfectly fine.
so the thing is that we need to know. Let's start with one of the topics that I'll ask you, Colonel Himanshi, to say something or some subject that you would like to talk about, which will help not only women, help everybody in general. I would say.
I would talk about goal setting. See, what is a goal?
Yeah.
Goal is a personal promise to your future self. Today, you're promising something to yourself which you are going to gain in the future, right?
Right.
And it is pertinent for everyone to set goals in their life. Because without goals, you're like a rudderless ship. You are there, but you don't know which way you're moving. So you ought to have a North Star in your life, and that North Star is a goal. Now, goals for everybody, they're different. For one person, a goal would be to stay fit. Stay fit means somebody who's in age of 50 wants to have good physical health. They just want to do their 10,000 steps or do certain number of push-ups or something else. Or somebody, the goal is to reach, climb higher steps in their professional life. Or for somebody, the goal is to get married. So for everybody, the goals are very, very different. However, goals are supposed to be having 5 Ds. That is, it has to have a direction. You should be determined to achieve that goal. There should be some dedication, discipline, and deadline attached to your goal. Because unless there is a deadline attached to your goal, it is a mere desire. It is just a dream. Because you may start, but you will not reach anywhere if you don't have a time limit attached to that.
That's true. I agree.
So that is why a lot of trainers, so that is why a lot of people, they introduce SMART goals, which is SMART is an acronym for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So it is very important for all of us. Like today, my and Vinita's goal, they are same when it comes to taking the HV soft skill to some level internationally, because nationally we are established. So we have certain goals, and which are very, very clearly spelled out to us. And you actually need somebody, your own personal vision boards and everything is fine. But when you are with a mentor or a trainer, they give you a second party or third party view without getting attached, without judging you. And they help you in your journey to reach that goal and have an independent view to give you the correct direction or input or advice, which might be missing from your own, very close peer group or family or friends. I hope, Veena ji, I have made goals
very well explained. I'm taking notes also, actually, because you're right. Because we cannot just we have to set the goals for ourselves. Otherwise, if you don't do it, then you're lost. You don't know what you're doing. We have to do that. You're right. We have to have those points that you just said. I really agree with you 100%. That's why we need to know. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. But I'd like to ask Colonel Venita, what is her take on this? You have anything to add, or you want to talk about? You want to add something to that? The goal setting, or?
Yes, Veena ji, I would like to add something to what Colonel Himanshi has said. See, without having a direction, like she said, if you don't have goals, if you are not structuring your career path or your life path or your fitness path or your spirituality path, if you're not structuring it properly, then you are not going and you will not reach where you want to reach, right? So for that, you need to have goals, whether they are short-term goals, medium goals, long-term goals, right? When we start in a career, we are like, okay, today I'm here, and you have that in mind. Okay, after 10 years, I need to reach here. So for reaching there after 10 years, you need to take some actionable steps. So those actionable steps will come from your goals. You need to recheck, course correct after every maybe 6 months, 1 year. You need to recheck your goals, course correct, and then move on. So this is something which is not only for people who are starting fresh in their careers, but also for people who are well established. And it can be for anything, whether it is for the kids' studies or if it is for your spirituality or maybe your, as I said, fitness goals, anything. It's very important to have this if you want to attain a certain mark where you have, you put yourself there that, yes, this is a place I really need to reach.
That's I 100% agree, and I'm sure all the people who are here, like I can welcome Kamlesh ji, Anju ji, Anil ji, and Amlesh from India, and thank you so much for joining. And these are all very important subjects. I think maybe we all think that we know how to do this thing, how to do that, but actually it's not like that at all. You have to do structure it properly, whatever you want to do in life.
That is the reason you need a mentor, you need a coach to actually help you out. People always, in India, this thing is catching up in a very big way now, coaching and mentoring. Abroad, it's already there.
Yeah.
So, if somebody is asking that, why do I need a coach? Coach is a person who is a neutral party, who sees you without any biases, without any emotions attached. And he's able to tell you exactly how to go about things. That is the reason you need a coach for. If you have a goal setting, like we have a very amazing, powerful session on goal setting. And people have achieved, while in the process of goal setting, they have already achieved what they wanted to achieve to a great extent. So once you have put your mind to it, and there are set techniques, there are set ways how to go about it. So it really takes you where you want to go.
That is true. And I am, like I said, anybody has any question or something, please do ask me, and then I will convey the message if you have anything to ask. And Anjuji, she's saying they absolutely agree. To achieve goal, determination is the key. Very well said. That's what she's saying. Yes, perfectly said. Kamlesh ji bhi yahi keh rahe hain. Well defined, Himanshi ji. So that's a Colonel Himanshi ji. Yes, that was, both of you did explained it very well. But still, like, if anybody needs, like you said, something new, that people do need mentors, because they're only there to help you. And maybe they can, if you're confused in your mind, they can straighten that out also. Because sometimes you don't know, ye kare ya wo kare. They'll tell you exactly what is the right path. Sometimes
they actually give you, Veena ji, they give you a perspective and a new lens to see things differently. Because over the period, what happens, we are designed by our own biases, our own mindset, which has, brought up in a certain environment, and the mindset gets fixed over the period of time. In 20s, that is why they say you're more flexible. The moment you hit 30, you are little rigid. 40, you're more rigid. So when you are with other people, and when you listen to different things, when they give you a roadmap and they create an ecosystem for you, then the changes happen.
That is true. That you just
that is why,
you said something that made me a little laugh. Why? Because I always say, I told my daughters when they were growing, you should get married in the 20s where you can, you're good. 30s where you think, oh, I need this, he has to be certain thing, he has to be certain that. By 40s, forget it. When you think that any guy you look at, you have 100 things to complain about before you. But 20s, you're flexible. Exactly, it's to the point. Exactly, I agree with you 100%. Shelly ji is also joining. Anju ji is asking, my question is to lose weight. I have health issues. Want to lose weight, but work schedule is so overwhelming that I'm not able to succeed. So is there any way that you can set the goals for that also? You can help her out? You can? There is. And then my personal thing is I want to do some business. Me. And like you said, you have all these things. You think you know everything, but then at the end of the day, you get confused. Oh, hi, what shall I, how shall I start? How shall I do? Should I spend the money? Should I do this? So these questions, आप उनकी बात थोड़ा explain करें अंजू जी को about the weight thing. Maybe she'll have a little better idea of what she has to do.
Thank you for the question, Anjuji. And what I would like to suggest, you see, the very first step towards achieving a goal is to acknowledge that you need to work in a certain direction. Most of the time, people actually don't know what they want. But if you're very clear that you need to lose weight, you have to take actionable steps. Without actionable steps, nothing happens. So you need to, first of all, get onto the weighing machine, check your weight. First step. Then, after you have done that, you are supposed to be checking what is your sleep pattern. Because in weight loss, sleep is one thing which plays a very, very crucial role. And it is, I tell you, a lot of people don't understand the sleep is very underrated these days because of the mobile phones constantly there in their hands. What happens that imagine if you're in a boxing ring, you are fighting the whole day. You're fighting the whole day and you are not getting breaks. What will happen to you? So when people say, yes, when people say that they are not able to get breaks, they are not able to focus in the direction of their health, please make it a priority. Losing weight is a priority because weight is not an issue. Issue is the related things which come with that weight. And that is a lot of people have digestion issues because of the weight. They have the knee issues. They have the heel issues.
Back also.
Back issues. Yes. Cervical issues. So a lot of things are connected to the weight. So first of all, get on a machine, see how you sleep, start making a note about small things in a day so that you can monitor what you eat, at what time you eat, how much water are you drinking, what are you eating, are you, okay, fine, following the diet for certain part of the day, like morning to afternoon, you're following the diet. But thereafter 4 o'clock onwards is because you're going to somebody's house to meet, or on the way you pick up samosas and come home, or in the evening you're having dessert. This doesn't work. Weight loss is like marriage. You cheat one day and it doesn't work.
To find out.
So weight loss
finds out.
You immediately find out.
Yeah.
Weight loss needs a commitment like marriage. So if Anjuji needs some help, we are there for her, but we will only request her not to cheat.
Not to cheat, yeah.
So it is very, very, it is very, very achievable. Whether you want to start a business at any age, whether you want any goal, and every goal is achievable, provided, you don't set goals which are not realistic.
Right.
Any realistic, like if you set a goal that I want to lose 5 kgs in a month, which is not a realistic goal, honestly, because you'll be stressing out too much. So having a weight loss of 3 kgs in a month is very, very doable without upsetting your schedule or without tinkering too much with your workload. But there are certain factors which you have to actually take into consideration, including the relaxation, because half of the time, if you're not sleeping well, your cortisol levels go high.
Yeah.
And cortisol and insulin, they play a major role in weight loss, which is all because of rest and the sleep and how you are relaxing your mind. So I hope I have answered her, and Vinita can add her value to this.
I just want to say that she's saying, I like the example, like marriage and cheating is bad. I know, I like that example too. It's true, because one day or the other, the spouse will find out the cheat kara. That can be So weight
It's not going to work.
if you try to cheat, the weight is not going to come off. You'll find out what the hell is going on over here, you know. Yeah, you are right. My sleep pattern is very bad. You explained so well. Thank you so much, you said.
Most
Yeah, you're right.
welcome.
Actually, people don't think about it, that sleep and insulin, they play a role in your body. And once you have that sugar problem, forget it. Then things becomes a different story, because overweight becomes, you start getting insulin and sugar. All these things are connected. So weight loss, if you lose, automatically the diabetes part goes down too. It goes down. A lot of other things go down too with the weight. So aap bataye,
Yes.
Ravita ji, what is your intake, what your take on this thing? We'll get your
Especially after Veena ji, especially after 35, it hits you really bad. You know, suddenly you realize that one day you could digest everything and you were fit and everything, and suddenly one day you realize, oh my God, the bloating is happening, food is not getting digested properly, and I'm putting on weight with whatever I was eating earlier, right? So this is something which we need to watch out for, and especially women, because with the hormonal issues, you know, going up and down and other related things. And the most important is to keep yourself active, whether you are going for walking or whether you're having your pedometer with you and your steps, you're counting your steps, or swimming or whatever. You need to keep yourself active. And I strongly feel that when you age, it is not about weight loss. It is about keeping yourself fit and building your muscle strength. That is more important. Weight loss is just a byproduct. It happens, good enough. It doesn't happen, that's also okay. But if you're building your strength and if you are, doing those strength training exercises, it will definitely help you.
That's very great. That's really very great to hear that, because I need to hear that myself. Before the pandemic, I myself was going to the gym, very dedicated for so many years. Then suddenly the pandemic came. I was walking in the house. I didn't know what to do. I was scared to go out, and all that. In the house, I have a big house. I go up and down, this, that, but still it's not the same. And in the gym, I had a trainer and everything. Training made me go. I have to go because I have the appointment with the trainer. So there was no such thing as today I'm too tired. But then that thing and then afterwards to go back, now the pandemic is over for a while. We do have cases here now and then, but people are going back to the gym, they're doing all kind of stuff. But I'm so lazy to go back. Oh no, I'm too tired, I'm too busy, I'm too this. So personally for myself, I have to start going back.
The mind makes so many excuses, and then you fall.
Exactly. We make so many excuses to think that we are so tired, we're too busy. We've got to make, I personally feel that you yourself are very important.
Absolutely. Right? Absolutely.
You have to give yourself number one. Why? If you don't take care of your health, your food, your this and that, then you can't depend on other people to come and do it for you. The world is the kids are so busy, they have no time. So if you do yourself a favor, do the best you can, eat the right thing, go exercise, do this, you're doing a big service to yourself and to the people around you.
Absolutely. And I strongly feel, Veena ji, that we keep making to-do lists and stuff. We should keep ourselves on the topmost part of the to-do list.
Yes.
And then everything flows very naturally.
Yeah.
We don't take care of ourselves, we are busy taking care of everybody else, and then suddenly one fine day we'll end up with some health issue.
I know, because my parents were here, they had health issues, they have this, that, and then they didn't drive. No, yahan pe leke jao, wahan pe leke jao. It was becoming, plus my kids were younger and I had my own thing going on. It was very difficult. I don't want that. I saw that. I have 3 kids. I don't want anything like that to happen. And my husband is there. So I said, that's the last thing I want, is them to leave the kids and come and help me to go to the doctor. That's the last thing I want. So I personally, I think I should take care of myself as much as I can, so that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. So that's why I wasn't doing that before, but now I'm realizing that I have to put myself number one. I have to do that.
Absolutely.
And moreover, Veena ji, you can't pour from an empty cup. So if you keep your cup full, you can share it with anyone and everyone.
Correct. That's true. देखो आपकी लाइट आ गई, आपने बात करी, लाइट आ गई.
Yes. Yes. I had, Vinita is aware, almost 12 years ago, I had certain health issues because I was overworking and my children were small. And I was admitted in the hospital for with my left body almost paralyzed.
Oh my God.
So 10 days I was in hospital, and that made me realize, I was much younger then. I was hardly 30, 35 then. But it made me realize that, your first priority, though people say, you should be slogging in your 30s and all that. I used to go for my walk. I used to be doing yoga. But still, when it hit me, I realized, no, what I was doing for my health was not enough. It took me some time to heal. But then, since then, I've started taking good care of my body, and I don't want anyone to suffer like that. Though it was for a very short time, 10 days I was in the hospital. Yeah. But then it took me almost 6 months to heal.
Wow. So I know that you guys are so busy because you all these things that you do, but still that you make the time for, like you just said, you just came from the yoga class and you're having meetings. So then you know what, when you have your you take care of yourself, you can do much more better. You're more in a better state of mind.
We have,
right? I feel.
Yeah, immediately at 9 we have another session lined up.
I know, you told me. So we're going to finish 5 minutes early, no problem. No issues there. So let's go. My other subject that I really I'm interested to listen to about is the public speaking. From time to time, people do have an opportunity or a chance when they have, and then some of them, like I know that some people, they're very good otherwise, but when the times come to public speaking, I was one of I still am one of them, that they kind of freeze or they have a little problem here and there, or they don't know what to do. कैसे करें, सबके सामने गलत हो जाएगा, ये हो जाएगा, like that. So give us some tips about that. Colonel Manshi ji, आप बताएं पहले.
See, me and Vinita, we give a lot of lectures on public speaking, and public speaking is a social phobia. All right. Now, anybody who says he's got public speaking phobia, which is known as glossophobia, and people suffer, 74% of the people in the world suffer from glossophobia. So, people
how do you spell
are more of having...
How do you spell that word, glossophobia?
G-L-O-S-S-O, glosso.
Okay.
It comes from a Latin word, gloss, which is tongue, and phobos means dead.
I see.
Glossophobia is a term. Yeah. So basically, your tongue tired or something.
Right. Okay, I got it.
So that is the term, which has been taken from this Latin word, glossophobia, and people actually suffer from this. They can dance on stage, they can, communicate with you in person, they can, do anything. But the moment you hand over the mic to them, they can't speak, they just freeze.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was saying, the freeze. Yeah.
They freeze. So it is basically when you're having eyes on you. And that is a time, the body gets into the fight or flight mode. The adrenal rush is very high. That is why people feel that, they're palpitating, they feel some muscle tension, or they have breathlessness before the public speaking. And these fears are very, very natural. But there are many reasons attached to it. And Vinita can explain those reasons and the tips to overcome, because she is very good in that. And Vinita, over to you. You can give these points.
Thank you. See, Veena ji, it's some, there was a study carried out, and it was found that people fear public speaking even more than death. So you can imagine the kind of fear that is there within them. So can you hear me, Veena ji?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. So public speaking is what? It is nothing when you're just standing and speaking to people. It can be one person, it can be two people. So people completely avoid it, whether they have to stand in the meetings and when they have to give a presentation, or you're in a community, you go to a community hall or something, you're getting communities getting together, and you have to stand up, or you have to give a wedding toast. Oh my God, everybody gets the jitters, right? So, and one of the biggest examples is Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi ji, who got the freedom for us, he had massive glossophobia. He had a massive fear of glossophobia. When he became the lawyer, there's a very interesting story which goes like when he became a lawyer and he went to the court room for the first time, and the judge came, sat down, and he stood up to speak. He completely froze. And he just bolted out of the courtroom. Just imagine. So, but it is easily overcome. You can do it. There are loads of techniques which we teach our clients, There's a mirroring technique. Then there are other techniques which you record yourself and how do you, practice. So there are loads and loads of techniques as to how you go about it. How should your body language be? Starting with know your audience. Like today you are speaking with us. So when you are interviewing us, you're talking to us, what we are doing, how we are going about it, right? So that is how you can ask us questions. So that is very important. Then you need to structure your speech. It cannot be like a monologue. It has to be interesting. It has to be, a lot of anecdotes, a lot of stories, so that it's not a monologue and people are not, just listen, just come to see your PPT or something like that. Then everybody does get nervous, I have done so many public speaking events, but still when I am about to go on the stage, those butterflies do come in. So instead of turning it into anxiety, you need to turn it into excitement.
Right.
And when you stare it away to excitement, then suddenly everything seems very good. So there are loads and loads of tips, your body language, your eye contact, how you're interacting with your audience, then how are you pausing? How are you asking questions? And especially then people are very scared about the last Q&A session, that because this is something you are not prepared for. This is something randomly people are going to ask some questions. So that is why that people are really scared about that, how to answer that. So there are loads of techniques that we keep teaching them. So that is how, because public speaking is something, if you're good at it, you are instantly noticeable. You instantly stand out. So that is what it is.
And like you just said, that you still even get butterflies, but then how you make it into an excitement. So what is one single tip you can give us to change from butterflies to being excitable? So can you say one thing? Practice,
and more practice. Then you have practiced it so much that it becomes a part of you. And then you go on the stage and then you don't have to read the script, then you can improvise because you are the king of your script, because you know it like the back of your hand.
Right.
And like Veena ji doesn't know what my script is, so I can say whatever I want. I can improvise it. If I've forgotten something, I can add it somewhere else.
Right. I get it.
But the most important thing is practice. That will only get you to turn from anxiety to excitement.
So practice, आपने बोला mirror के सामने करें या
see, there are very good techniques, Veena ji. Firstly, when you're learning, you practice in front of the mirror. Now, then after that, then there's another technique where you record yourself, but you record yourself only your audio. You hear yourself, how you're going, how's the tone of your voice, how are you, the pausing, what is the pitch, what is the tone, what is the tenor, so all these things, right? And once you mastered that, then you record it like a video. So then you see how your body language is.
Okay.
What are your hand gestures? What is your facial expression? What are your eye contacts? How much are you moving on the stage? So all these things. Once you're confident with that, then you make your close friends sit, or maybe your family, and then you speak in front of a live audience. And then, of course, you're ready for the stage.
Well, when I started this program during the pandemic, I would say May 2020, 3 years and 3 months. My friend suggested, why don't you do this thing? I said, are you kidding me? I don't know how to talk in front of a Facebook and people, and I don't know what to say, what to do. She said, don't worry, we'll be together. So that was a Friday evening, and she said, we're going to start on Monday. I said, what? That's the weekend? I don't know. And she said, no, Monday we're going to start. And then she made the plan, and I don't know, whatever it is. She's very good in. She was the one who was just singing that song, Dil Diyan Gallan. She sang that song.
Lovely. Okay.
Very confident. She's a chef. She's acted. I mean, I can't say the word, but that's what she is. She's like person who does who knows everything.
Wow.
Yeah. So I started off with her. Along the way, a couple of months later, she said, "Bye bye. My business has started. I have to go." I said, "Come on, how am I going to do this thing?" But she had everything structured. What we're going to talk about, what we're going to do. So she gave me a very good kind of a training. Like now, I don't feel. Some people come say, "Hi, mujhe thoda sharam aati," like bolne mein. If I come to your program, what should I do? I said, "Listen, just talk as if you're talking to your friend, or
Yeah.
something like that. You don't know who's what. Whatever it is, just talk now normally." And I'm my worst critic. You know what I'm saying? I watch myself. I say, we should have done this. You should have done that. You should have done this. I keep on saying that to myself because I don't like to listen to myself. Even when I sing, I do the karaoke. I never listen to myself. People say, "No, suna karo, ye." Oh my God, I don't want to say. I don't want to hear myself. So when I sing it, that's done deal. So that's my thing. I should listen, I think, and see if there's any flaws or something. I should correct them. But like you said, I've done that about the mirror part and the voice thing because of this program. I started doing it on my own. I realized that I could see and how I speak and what I say, and some places you pause and all that. I said, why am I doing that? What am I thinking? Or am I saying? So I try to do those things. That really helped a lot because I've done that myself. And I did it on my own without anybody telling me. I said, you know what, these things will help. If they can help me by singing, like they say, if you sing and you record your voice and then you listen to it, and then then in the beginning you sing with the singer, like Lata Mangeshkar or whoever it is, sing with them. Then you get to realize where the pause, how they sing. Then you do it yourself. That really helps too, a lot.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I learned that's the way I try to do it. So I don't know that
We have been training a lot of final year students, Veena ji, for public speaking, because this is a very big part of interviews also.
Yes.
When you are going for interview, public speaking is again a very big part of that. So there was this batch of college students that we were training, and so many of them had not even held a mic for the ever in their lives, and it was such a heartening thing to see that by the end of it, they came up to us and told us that, "Ma'am, just because of the way and the techniques that you have said today, we have had the courage to stand up and ask questions and hold the mic," which we did for the first time. So, you have to step out of your comfort zone. You have to grab those opportunities, especially when the kids are in college and all. Or maybe even if you started your corporate life or a business life, you need to grab those opportunities because that fear has to come out.
Right.
So you need to get out of your comfort zone, step in. Maybe the first time it won't be good, fine enough. Second time it won't be good, fine enough. But third time you will be better at it. So you need to try.
Yeah. I think the main thing is the fear. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
And that holds you back. Once you're over that, the fear part, because everybody can make a mistake. When you're talking, you make a joke or you do something, you cover, like you just said, you're going to say something. And the best thing is when you don't have a paper reading, like if you can just remember, kind of remember what you're saying, and you can go back and forth yourself. Nobody knows what you wrote, what you didn't write.
Exactly.
You can always, if you forget something, you'll say it in the end, whatever it is, you can swing it, you can bring it, really, you can.
Yes, you can.
You can do it as long as you get over the fear of speaking.
Yes, absolutely.
That is the main thing. I know that holds people back, a lot of them. So I'm asking anybody has any questions. Okay, Shaliji is asking, and actually Sanjuji said very informative talk, and she said it really inspired me so much. Hopefully I will achieve what I want. That's what she wrote. And Shaliji, and Shaliji is asking, sometime you come back to the original habit back again. How to overcome that?
Original habit of?
Means like if you're like overcoming something and then you reverse, you go back again to what you were before. You take a step ahead and go step backwards, something like that. That's what I think she means.
Like doing garba.
Garba season is coming up over here. Yeah.
you go in front and then you come back.
Yes, that's true. That is true.
There is a very good book which me and Vinita we recommend, that is Atomic Habits.
Oh.
This book actually, I would recommend to anybody and everybody who's actually trying to pick up a habit or break a habit. So this
book actually gives a breakdown how habits are formed and how you can actually overcome your addictions, which have actually, the habits which have turned into addictions. And it takes minimum 21 days to form an habit.
Really?
So in 3 weeks, you can make a habit or break a habit. However, addictions always look for cues. When you say that I go back to the same pattern.
Right.
So the same pattern is that addiction looks for a cue. And the moment the cue is prompted in your mind, you will go back unless you have a strong willpower. If you want to leave your tea, coffee, or sugar, you have to
Right.
avoid the things which prompt you to have sugar.
Like a
Otherwise,
cup of tea or cup of coffee, you can avoid that for a while, right? If you think
you
some people are very
Yes.
automatic. You take a cup of coffee, make the tea, फिर sugar डालनी है, फिर ये करना है, वो, like it's like a ritual.
It's a
like,
whole ritual in itself.
yeah, it's exactly. So then that you have to cut that habit. It takes time. But I'm very happy that I don't take any sugar. I don't like sugar. I don't take any sugar in my tea or coffee. So
it's not that you were not taking it, from the very beginning. You stopped it because you conditioned your mind to stop it.
Yes.
So basically, the mind gets conditioned to a particular thing. And the moment the trigger goes up, you start thinking about it. So you have to actually work on those triggers, which, tell your mind that, okay, fine. Now it's 7 o'clock, time for breakfast. It is 10 o'clock, time for this. So you have to get involved with something which doesn't remind your mind that 7 o'clock is only for breakfast. Now the 7 o'clock can also be for yoga. It can be a call to your mom, or it can be a cooking class or whatever. So that you are gainfully engaged and your mind is not wandering in those uncharted waters where, you don't know what to do and you go back and say, okay, fine, I want to go there back. No. So it is important.
That is true. It is. You have to break the habit. That habit, whatever you have, break it. Like you said, it takes 3 weeks. Okay, that's good to know. What is the name of the book, by the way?
It is
Atomic Habits.
Habits.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a must-read book.
Sorry.
The author is James Clear.
Okay, and it's just called Habits. That's it. Habits.
Atomic Habits.
Atomic. Oh, okay.
Atomic Habits.
Atomic. Okay.
Small habits.
Right. No, it's good to know. And also,
there is another very powerful technique that we use, Veena ji, for our sessions, which is called Wheel of Life. It's again, it's like a snapshot of where you are and where you want to be. So it's like
that's important.
Every 6 months you must do that to get yourself back on track. So like what Shali ji, I believe, was asking, it's something to do with that, It's a very powerful thing if done properly with a coach. It helps you a lot to course correct yourself and get yourself back on track. Because yes, we are humans, we tend to go this way or that, It's obvious.
Oh yeah.
So that is why you need a coach, and that's why you need a mentor to get you back on track.
Yeah, I agree. Because sometimes when you start something 6 months ago, then slowly every month something little bit you get away from it, and then after 6 months you go back, then you realize, oh my God, I was off track.
Yes.
So to go back to it. So
absolutely,
that is very important. We need that. Anju ji is saying again. Yeah, आपको thank कर रही हैं. Anju ji is thank you Didi ji, Veena ji for such informative session. Thank you Himanshi ji and Vinita ji. That's what she's saying. Thank you Anju ji for coming. We stay tuned because we do have all these programs for all of your for your benefits, and I'm sure Kanal Himanshi and Kanal Vinita will definitely come back and give us some more tips on different things. And you can give us some suggestions. What do you like to? What kind of subjects you want to hear and what do you want, and we can always pass the message across, so you always are there, all of you. So Shali ji, thank you so much for asking that question. So I hope it's well explained and you understand. I like the idea that you just said every 6 months you really need a kick in the butt, actually. What do you call it? That's what I would say. Go back to what you're supposed to be doing. You're off the track.
Absolutely.
Do that, So we do, what a great knowledge we are getting today. Yeah, Shaliji, exactly. So any other question you have, Shaliji or Anjuji and Kamleshji? Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Kamleshji. Yes, yeah, you did. Thanks. That's great. So I think we had another subject that we can just touch the subject, not too long, because I know you guys have
Yeah,
to.
we will just take on a last question, Veena ji.
Yeah, last question था ना आपको ये मालूम होगा how to crack an interview. That's a good one. We won't make it that long because I know you have to go, but just some quick tips when you go for interview. I think something like public speaking, but you have to listen to the person who's asking you the question, what they are asking you in the interview. It can be a job or it can be some kind of a like society or something, you're being in charge or whatever it is. Mostly if you're going for a job, I think it's really good to know, get some tips. So आप विनीता जी आप अगर करें विनीता जी आप शुरू करें this time.
Veena ji, it has a lot of components to it. Firstly, how you dress up. Secondly, what is your verbal language communication? Thirdly, what is your non-verbal communication? So non-verbal communication includes how you sit, how you talk, how are your hand gestures, how your facial expression, the tone of your voice. Are you fidgeting? Are you nervous? Because you're conveying most of it through your body language, right? So there is a study again which has been carried out which shows that you talk 75% through your body language.
That's true.
And yeah, and just this much through your words, right? So you need to be very careful. And then, yes, how are you dressed up according to the interview where you're going? When you're sitting, are you listening to the interviewer? Are you listening and are you actively listening? There are two things to it. So there's one thing called as active listening. So, are you interrupting the interviewer? How do you talk to him? How do you shake your hand? All these things make a part of a successful interview. Technical details, yes, everybody can speak, but where all this thing comes under soft skills. So that is very, very important. How the two candidates are differentiated, both of them having same technical skills, but how are they differentiated? They are differentiated on their soft skills.
That is true. So that's when the people go, the interviewer, they can feel the person's nervousness or expertise, how can they answer, and based upon all that they choose the right candidate, I guess.
Absolutely.
That's how they choose, you know.
Yes, absolutely.
Most of the people
Actually,
come
there
back.
are, what Vinita is saying,
yes.
what Vinita is saying, there are actually two, types of preparation for an interview. With the same degree, still two people will not get the job. One has to be somewhere a shade better than the other person, even if they have the same percentage. So people also need to work on their pre-interview preparation. They have to mug up their resume, because it doesn't mean that you have sent your resume and the work is done. No, you should know what are the skill set you have. How can you contribute to the betterment of the company? You have to mug up your answers, because you may be very good, you may be very fluent, but if you suffer from glossophobia, you'll be tongue-tied.
That is
you
true.
won't be able to recall what is your answer. And then, as she brought out, you must be appropriately dressed.
Yeah, that is important.
See, some companies promote little casual dressing, but do not prefer that. So you must know that how are you dressing up? What is the appropriate code of conduct at that place? Are you supposed to be, going and taking a cup of coffee, or do they expect you to wait? There's so many things which are unsaid. And during the interview, be yourself. Be as honest as you can be.
Yeah.
You should have done research about the company, because it shows your interest in that company, that you are coming prepared. You actually know what you want from that company, and where that company is holding the mark in your life. It is not that you've just gone for an interview because a job is available. No. You must know that what are your expectations from that particular company, and stay calm. They might throw some questions at you which you may not find very appropriate or very comfortable, but perhaps they're trying to check your temperament.
That's true.
So
That
it
is
is
true.
important, very important, that stay calm, remain focused, and be ready with your own questions also, because in the end they are going to ask you,
Yeah.
do you have any questions?
Yes, they do. They do. That is true.
So if you are not, you cannot just say, no, I'm fine. Might be you are trying to negotiate your salary, or you want to know about the kind of work you're going to do, or perhaps the place where you're going to be employed. So all those things, even your questions have to be ready. So interview has to be prepared in a wholesome way. And this is what we train, that it is not just, going and preparing and having the best resume and going there walking. No, that won't get you a job. Even if it gets you a job, it won't last for a very long time.
Right. That is true.
So
And-
you
yeah.
have to understand those hidden notes.
No, you're 100%, 100% correct. All the subjects that we spoke about were absolutely fantastic and very to the point, because you're doing this as helping a lot of people. So anyway, you do the mentorship and everything, so you know exactly what it is. And also, I think it's a good idea to have a mock interview with somebody else before you go. For any interview, like any job or anything, have somebody like a day or so before, like a mock with some friend or something, and have that kind of an interview. We practice that. Nothing wrong in doing that. So I want to thank you so much. I know you have to go. Colonel Vanita, please thank her. I think she left already. Do thank her. Oh, there she is.
Yeah,
So
she
yeah.
yeah.
So I know you have your interview. You have your interview. What am I saying? You have your session coming up soon. It was great to have you. Thank you so much. And everybody was very happy. And Anjuji is saying next time when you guys come, she'll be the example that you taught her, and she's gonna tell you that she's followed your
Your
guidelines.
Honor.
Yeah, that's what she said. She just wrote that. So she's gonna follow your guidance, and because that means we have to call you back again whenever you are ready. We'll be calling you back. And thank you so much once again for coming and taking the time and explaining.
Thank you.
The subjects were just fantastic, out of the world, and very good explanations. I really have, from the bottom of my heart, I really want to thank you from all of us here, all my friends and all the DDG family and friends who have come here. Thank you so much. So I'll be in touch with you, both of you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Veena ji. Bye-bye. Much obliged. See you soon.
Yes, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And thank you so much, friends. Thank you, Anju and everybody. Thank you. We'll call them back again. They have another session coming up at exactly 9 o'clock in India. Over here is 11:30. So they have. Okay, this coming Wednesday we have Anilji, and he's doing a special program with one of his friends. It's an Ashtami, so he's be doing a special program on this coming Wednesday. And this Friday we have Shukrana, as usual. You all know that. Next week hum batayenge. So have a wonderful day, all of you. Thank you so much for joining and asking questions. And if you have any topics for Colonel Vanita or Colonel Himanshi, do let me know and I will pass it on to them. Thank you. Okay, bye everyone. Enjoy the day.